Hello everybody out there, I'm Chris and welcome back to another comic book review. And in this review, I will be reviewing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 45. Now before I get into this review, guys, I have to stop for a second and warn you guys, there will be spoilers in this review, as this book basically is a walking spoiler from basically page 3. If you have not read issue 45 yet, this is the aftermath of the previous issue, which was Donatello's death. So if you don't want spoilers, if you don't want to know what happens next, I'm going to try not to spoil the whole book, but at the same time certain things are going to be revealed here. So if you have not read issue 45 yet and you don't want to be spoiled, don't continue with this review for right now. Wait, go read the issue. Issue 45 has already sold out due to the fact that it is the Death of Donatello aftermath, but at the same time I don't want to spoil it for somebody who hasn't read it yet. If you don't mind spoilers, here we go. The issue opens up with Donatello basically, I love the artwork. There's two different types of artwork. There's the standard artwork that's in the real world, as we call it, and then there's the artwork where Donatello is. Right now Donatello is at the point where he's in, let's call it limbo. And he meets his mother, and his mother is standing between the path to the light and the path to the dark. We don't know what the paths are, but I mean, you could kind of deduce right away that the path to the light is obviously passing away in heaven, and the path through the shadows basically brings him back to Earth. And his mother even says no matter which path you take, there's going to be trials, tribulations, whatever, and but either way you're going to be safe. In the real world, Fugitoid shows up right as the Turtles find out that Donnie's dead, and Fugitoid's like, Donnie, we won, Krang is in jail, and then he finds out that Donatello's dead, and then that's where we get the reveal, and here's where a spoiler begins, that Donatello is not dead yet. He's in a coma, his vital signs are very weak, but he's still possibly savable, and Fugitoid takes Harold. They bring Donnie to this freezer, which slows his metabolism down enough so that he's not basically dying as fast anymore. Slowing the metabolism down slows down the process of whatever's going on in his body, and it helps prevent him from dying. And when Splinter hears that he's still possibly alive, he actually, and I love this, I don't think Mike took a picture of this page, but he meditates himself into limbo, and he jumps into the other artwork, and he is walking this maze to get to Donatello and the mother, which in the middle is where the path to the light and the path to the dark are. And with the Foot Clan, you have Bebop and Rocksteady who can't find Hun. You have the others who come back from Burnout Island telling Cowrie that Shredder's dead. So basically the Foot Clan is under the assumption that Shredder's dead. So Cowrie basically is back to being leader of the Foot Clan. She assumes control, and she says even though Shredder's gone, the Foot Clan still moves on. Casey is still doing what he does best, cleaning up the streets, keeping the gangbangers away from locals and stores. I don't want to give this scene away. You gotta read it for yourself, but we do get to see Hun briefly, and Casey actually sees where Hun is going, and it's obviously going to lead into the next issue, but really good stuff. There's really, really good dialogue between Donatello and his mother in limbo. I don't want to spoil any of the dialogue, but it's really good, really, I'm trying to think of a good word for it. It's a really warm conversation. It's a very loving conversation, and very, what's the word I'm looking for? Mother-son conversation, let's put it that way. And Raphael kind of loses it once again, blaming himself and the others for choosing to fight Krang and use Shredder to fight Krang instead of just dealing with Shredder and then going after Krang. And the first time ever, and I love it for this reason, Michelangelo actually snaps and tells Raphael, shut up. Just shut up, because you know if Donatello was awake right now, he'd be happy that we beat Krang and we saved the world. So just shut up, and you're just making it worse, in other words. So he storms away like he always does. And then we get a scene where we all know Shredder was alive. You know, he was saved by Baxter Stockman. He wakes up in Baxter Stockman's apartment. And basically, there's a whole conversation between him and Baxter Stockman. Baxter wants to use Shredder's money and resources for something. We don't know what yet. But he basically makes Shredder an offer he can't refuse, but Shredder actually says he'll accept under one condition, obviously, and that is to defeat the Turtles once and for all. And obviously Baxter Stockman agrees. And obviously Shredder's going to have the upper hand at some point, and we all know that. I don't want to spoil the end of the book, but I will say the end of the book, we get the grand finale, the final outcome to what's going to happen with Donatello. And all I'm going to say is Metalhead is involved. And that's all I'm going to say. There are a ton of websites out there that actually do have the spoilers to the last page. I don't want to do that here. I would like to leave something for you guys. I will say this, though. We find out what's going to happen next with Donatello by the end of this issue. Remember, guys, from this issue all the way to 49, we are going to be setting up for issue 50, which is going to be a big issue. So all the issues are basically going to be building up from this point on to the grand issue 50. And this issue was excellent. The artwork for both the Limbo side and the regular, the outside of Limbo moments was excellent. The story was written excellent. I had a feeling when everybody was going crazy about death and everybody was playing it so cool on the other end that something else was going on. I think this was handled masterfully by Eastman and Tom Waltz. They've been doing an excellent job with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you guys are just now coming on to the Turtles because of the events of issue 44, I would recommend going back and reading from issue number 1 because it's been an excellent series. It's been in my top picks every single month. It's been my book of the month for almost 44 months consecutively. There was a 2 to 3 month gap because it felt just slightly short due to artwork. But other than that, this series has just been my top favorite book for since it started. So if you got my biggest recommendation is start from the beginning. Don't start from now because you missed out on a lot. I would recommend going back, trade paperback it all the way up to where we're at now because it's been an amazing run so far, and I'm really looking forward to issue 50 and beyond. This has been an excellent series by Kevin Eastman and Tom Waltz. Excellent stuff. This is a 5-star book this week, guys. This is my book of the week, and definitely I would say this is actually the last week of the month, so actually it is my book of the month yet again for the month of April. Excellent stuff. Can't wait to see the next issue. And with that, that's it for this review, guys. I know it's a bit longer, but this was a very, very deep issue. So as always, guys, don't forget to check out comic-related Comic Frontline Zone 4 Podcast and Frontline Gaming Zone. Together, we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. Don't forget to check back on here. We're going to have lots of comic reviews. We've got lots of stuff going on. And until next time, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I'll see you guys in the next review.